Egypt is not the name of Egypt. It's initially called Kemet, and Kemet means black. I'm gonna try to make this message as quick as possible. So going back to what I was saying, all right, so Kemet is the original name of Egypt. Egypt was a replacement name given to that land because it wanted to cover, the people that named it that wanted to cover up the origin of alchemy and wanted to cover up the origin of the power and the people that really dwelt there. So one interpretation of the word Kemet means murky water, muddy river, or black water. So black water is melanin, and black water is the dark matter. That's where everything comes out of, dark matter. Okay, so you can see this in Genesis 1:1. Okay, so dark matter. It's so many different layers to this. So I'm gonna get to the archetypes, but I also just wanted to share this too. I believe that, you know, it doesn't matter about someone's sex or their orientation or their color, because it all is about frequency. However, I do have to mention that there have been entities that have tried to downplay and cover up other people and try to lower their vibration because of the incarnation of their skin color or the incarnation that they came in as either a male or a female or whatever they may associate with. So I have to point that out because it's frequency that comes with these different names. And when they change the name and we call it Egypt, we're taking away the true origin of the power of the word and the power of the people that originated from that area. Another thing about Kemet is the original meaning of the word alchemy. And so this is where we get all of our sciences from. An Arabic word that means the God. Also in Hebrew for highest or El, like El, God. Elohim, all of those frequencies. And in Greek, it means to fuse or cast metals. So metals, precious metals, are very important in alchemy. So going back to our archetypes, so when we talk about the 𝑬𝒑, which is the biblical zodiac, we're also making reference to different shadows or different emanations of light that also are connected to different precious metals. And when we're talking about all these different houses, they all represent different precious metals, and all those different precious metals came from one origin, and they're all connected to archetypes. So you have masculine, feminine, and you can see the pattern of that throughout the 𝑬𝒑, throughout the different signs of the houses. Now with these three basic archetypes, the masculine, the feminine, and the emergence of the two, the balance, the harmony. Another thing too I have to mention is that actually there were other myths that formed astrology, the sacred science of astrology. So you have astrology that was practiced. It probably was, of course it wasn't called astrology. It was just called like whatever their native tongue was. So we may know of the Greek astrology, like the mythology that's attached to astrology, and even like a Roman mythology, all of that stuff. It's only because they were the dominant people at that time, because they took over and recreated the initial 𝑬𝒑, the initial science of astrology that did originate from Kemet. So I have to say that. So with the three, this message is like probably like all over the place, but I just feel like I'm supposed to share it because a lot of things have been stripped from that land, and I have to, you know, point it out. All right, so to say that a couple things. So first, just to point out that when we talk about like Egypt, that's not really what it's called. I think it's also robbing like the authority that well, I know my ancestors, and even if you like, I know that many of us came from the 12 tribes, and that's just the combination of the frequencies that equal 144, that is a balance and harmony between the spirit, the shadow, and the seen with the eye here and the physical. 12 𝑬𝒑, and you have 12 universal laws. So that 12 times 12 is 144. Perfect balance and harmony. Now, I say that because when we come further down off the spiritual, at the spiritual plane and into the physical plane, we have to recognize that many people that have been robbed of their physical incarnate history, that it still affects them in the physical realms. Now, some of us, we may have ascended past that, but not everybody has. They may feel like internally that something is off, and it's specifically a lot of melanated individuals. They do not know about their history as being part of the 12 tribes, the 12 fractions of light, the 12 harmonies that were here in the physical realms, and they feel like something is missing out of their life. So if you know about some world history, some of us will ascend past world history in that we will be able to, regardless of our physical incarnated history as a human being, that we will be able to transcend that. But and I was there too, you know, like you felt like something was missing. Yeah, you are part of the royal command. You are part of royalty. You may not have seen that fit in your physical life, but just know that you are. And by pointing out that the authors of these different sciences, that we were the ultimate scientists, that the sciences came from Kemet, that the sciences that came from that region, that everything came out of dark matter. And instead of having this whole idea of dark is dirty, dark is negative, is bad, it's something that we should repel, that if we know that everything came out of dark matter, everything came out of the darkest part of the world, then we would know, then those that may feel like they're held back by their incarnated skin color, that they feel like it's something missing, that they would know that, hold up, you know, dark isn't bad. Dark is actually where light comes from. That's actually where our power comes from. And the powers or the lower vibrations that try to keep this information suppressed by changing names, changing dates, covering up like the incarnate history of some of the melanated people, that they will know that, hold up, I do have power. Hold up, dark is power. And just to reiterate, so for those that may have came from like a Bible believing family or you know, history or whatever, that I more so teach the Bible from an archetypal standpoint. And the more that I learn, the more that I feel like I grow, and the more that my perspective has broadened. I did grow up in the traditional Christian background, and I always felt like it was something missing. And I always knew that I was part of the 12 tribes, and but my reality didn't show it. I don't know how to speak Hebrew. I'm not from that part of the world. Like, where did my history go? If this video was helpful, let me know. Please leave a comment, because it all helps with the engagement on this video and on the channel to help reach more divine individuals. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe and join the divine family here. Check out the second edition of the Angel Lunar Planner down below and available on Amazon.com, as well as our newest project that houses all of our biblical ritual kits and products and services. Until next time, you guys, this is Minister Ashley. Talk to you guys later.